Khalid Hamid Farooqi from Geo Television News, Pakistan. Pakistan have been raising objection that its efforts are not being recognized. What are the preparation for influx of refugees in neighboring country in concrete terms? Because Pakistan seems to me, which is holding 2.7 million at the moment, and Iran 1.3 million. These are the biggest recipient of refugees, and they are not satisfied with EU preparation or EU response to this refugee crisis. What do you say to them?
The foreign ministers of EU member states were discussing also these issues, and it was taken up also by the interior ministers, and the relevant discussions continue until today. But what was very clear already at the start, and we said it very clearly, the HRVP was very clear, said that we will increase our engagement with the partners, and the conversation you mentioned between Pakistani foreign minister and HRVP is just one example of this outreach. So we are reaching out to the countries in the region, especially the neighboring countries, exactly in the framework of the preparations for all possible scenarios to deal with the situation. The EU leaders were also very clear that we will continue helping Afghan people, be it inside or outside of Afghanistan. So these are efforts which are ongoing. The conversations, discussions are ongoing, and we are very well aware that if the influx of refugees and migrants materializes out of Afghanistan, the most affected will be obviously the neighboring countries. That's why we are making outreach to them and discussing with them exactly issues you mentioned in order to prepare themselves and to prepare ourselves to deal with the situation. But our overall aim is to prevent these flows from happening, meaning conveying the necessary messages also to those in power in Afghanistan to make sure that people do not feel threatened and do not feel the need to leave the country, their homeland.
You encourage people to leave Afghanistan when Taliban time and again warning you not to do so?
We're definitely not saying that we are inviting everybody to leave Afghanistan. It is exactly a different message that we have been passing. That being said, as we have also said here a certain number of times, there is a process with meetings inside the European Union institution framework, the Blueprint Network, which met last week, the IPCR with the Home Affairs Ministers, Coreper is meeting today and tomorrow, etc., to continue to monitor the situation on a day-to-day basis in order to make sure that we can adapt our response as events unfold on the ground.